Hi everyone, my name is Kathy Myron and I'm the CEO of eSilo, a data protection and cybersecurity company. Today we're going to talk about smart firewalls and why you need them. So in any computing setup, there's three things that you need to protect: your network, your computing devices, whether those are servers, computers, or mobile phones, and your people. And the firewall's main goal is network security. If your home was your network, you could think about your firewall like a security guard standing at your front door, making sure that only authorized people are allowed in or out. So one of the reasons you need a smart firewall is that you have a lot of computing devices in your home, all of which are connected to the internet. And this isn't just computers. Think about your voice assistants, smart doorbells, smart TVs, your connected thermostat. All of these devices have an active network connection and can be compromised. But unlike a computer, these devices don't have an antivirus equivalent, so you can't install additional security software on them, but instead you have to trust that the manufacturer of those devices has built it securely, is updating its firmware regularly, and is operating securely. The question you have to ask yourself is, how would you know if any of those devices was secure or not? And the answer is, it's really difficult. So the best way to secure all devices in your network is to have a smart firewall that sits right at that front door, at the entrance to your home of the internet, where your internet service provider router is plugged in. And that device, it's about the size of a coffee mug. And it sits right in front of that router and it watches all of the traffic coming into your home and also leaving the network and where is it going. So this device is able to block attacks from different countries, different areas where the attackers might be scanning for open ports or unprotected devices, seeing if they can make a connection and then tell that device to do something that they want it to do. So this first picture is your account dashboard with your smart firewall. And what it will show you is whether or not the security service is up to date. So it'll show you the date and time of the last update, and how many attacks were blocked since that last security check. The map is really helpful, so you can see from where around the world different people and different bots are trying to attack your network. And it'll also show you if you have any devices within your home that are trying to call out to servers with IP addresses in funny locations. So think about if your smart doorbell always talks to servers in, say, California, because that's the manufacturer of your device, but then all of a sudden starts sending messages to a server or an IP address in Russia. That would be a suspicious behavior, some unusual activity. And that's the kind of thing that the firewall can see and automatically block before that message even leaves your home network and gets out to the internet, out to that connected server out in Russia. So the attack event screen is going to show you over a period of time how many attacks were blocked and how many were incoming. So essentially people jiggling the door locks and handles in your neighborhood, trying to see who might have left their door unlocked, but also outgoing. So those compromised devices phoning home to a remote command and control server. When you look at the domain history tab, you can then see every IP address, every website that any one of your devices has made a connection to or essentially sent a message to. And what's interesting about this view is that within the span of just a couple of minutes, you can see how many different activities or communications occurred behind the scenes in the background that weren't initiated by user action. So a lot of us think that all of our internet traffic is based on something that you put into your browser. So you went to google.com or cnn.com. But the reality is we all have software living on our devices that periodically goes and checks for updates. So whether that's your email provider checking to see if you have any new messages, or your social media networks also seeing if you have any new notifications. There's a lot of background activity that you would otherwise not know is happening without this kind of visibility. And because the firewall is running a built-in security service, it sees all of those requests and can automatically block or flag ones that are suspicious. So in this example, the ones with the yellow icon are sites that are known for having a lot of ads. and we have ad blocking turned on in our admin settings. So it blocks those ads from displaying, and it has the side benefit of helping web pages load faster because they're not loading all of the ad cookies. And then on this last page of the control panel, you can see the different settings where you can turn on and off ad blocking and other things like web browser protection, which will encrypt or mask all of the websites that you go to visit so that even your internet service provider can't see the websites you're going to. That gives you an extra layer of privacy around what you're doing. And then there's also a section on the right-hand side for sites that you want to allow. Maybe the security service flagged them as having a lot of ads or otherwise being suspicious. But if you know and trust those sites, you can add them to the allow list. And similarly, if there are sites that you know that you don't want someone in your household to go to, like for us, it's YouTube for our kids, you can always put that in the deny list, and it'll prevent anybody trying to navigate to one of those sites from being successful. And then lastly, there's a set of parental controls that are just some added benefits of functionality of things that you can turn on and off at the network level. So again, using the YouTube example for our kids or Google search, if you wanted to enforce restrictions on the type of content that members of the household or anyone on your network can see, you can do that centrally here instead of having to go to every single device or log into every account to turn those things on or off. If you want to learn more about how to secure your network and your devices, we would love to hear from you. You can always book a free security consultation at meetkathy.com, or you can check us out on LinkedIn and Facebook, where we have groups called Tech Tips for Business. We like to share tech tips and answer Q&A about all things data protection and data security. I hope to see you there.